No clutching? Whatever do I mean by that? Well, find out on the Tie-Dyed Therapist next, as we discuss no clutching. Welcome to the show today as we talk about the concept of no clutching. You know, when I put out these wisdom cards in January, they included a little booklet. And in the booklet, there's a description about every one of the 52 cards and what it means. However, what I've discovered over time is that people do a fair amount of self-interpretation of every card. And I actually prefer that better than them reading the description from the booklet. So when you think about the words no clutching, take a moment and consider what that means for you. When you hear somebody say no clutching, what's the image that comes up in your head? What is it that you think about immediately? That's the best way to use these cards. But for today's purposes, I'd like you to hear me out about what I meant by no clutching and see if this has ever happened in your life. There are times when I come across clients that are beginning a new relationship. And it's usually a romantic relationship. It's something that's really intense, very loving, very emotional, very passionate, physical, sexual. It has all of the trimmings. And it's a beautiful thing. And people start these relationships. Sometimes what happens in the midst of the relationship, though, is that it gets so intense that somebody in the partnership needs to take a little break. They need to take a step away, catch their breath, take some time, take some space for themselves. And you would be surprised by what kind of reaction this can cause. So for the person who's not needing the time or the space, they often go into this, what I would call a clutching mode, meaning that they fear that something has gone wrong in the relationship. They're so insecure about what might happen in terms of it lasting that they double down on spending more time with the person, making more texts, calling them more, trying to show up more at their apartment, trying to do more things with them. And unfortunately, when this clutching happens, it virtually drives somebody away if it's done with a lot of intensity and frequency. So years ago, I was involved with somebody, I think it was my first boyfriend, and it was intense like that. And I was so overwhelmed with love for this person that I didn't understand anything about time or space. And when he needed time and space from me, I got very insecure and I wouldn't give it to him. And basically what happened was it drove him away. And I never forgot that lesson. And especially when I then became a therapist much later on and started dealing with people that had the same problem as I did. And you know, what I've tried to explain to people over the years is that it's okay to love people. It's okay to feel passion and intensity and to experience love in its many different dimensions. But it's not okay to clutch. Clutching is just not a good thing in any regard. And what you want to do, if you can, is to hold somebody loosely. You want to make sure that they understand that you're there, you're not going anywhere, but that you respect their time and their space, and that it's important for you, for them to know that. It's important for you to let them have that space. Because inevitably what will happen if you do that, the person will come back. They'll come back into the relationship knowing that it was okay for them to take a little bit of a break. They're gonna feel respected. They're gonna feel like they're their own individual person. And that's exactly what you want in a relationship. You want to love somebody who is their own individual. So, because of my situation and because of all the situations that I saw in therapy over the years, that's why I came up with this card, No Clutching. Again, I'd like you to think about what it means for you. And if there's anything that you're clutching in your life that maybe is doing you more harm than good. Until then, I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.